Hello, this is wmpyr here to talk a little bit about some boxing. And okay, so when I know I'm going to do some light training, I put on the gloves like this. And the important thing is it has wrist support. You know, it wraps around the wrist too, not just the hand. And then I'll put on these gloves like so. So when I know that I'm going to be training more serious, then I'll put on the hand wraps. The hand wraps is just so much better. It allows you to hit harder, train longer. It's just much better. It's no comparison. But for right now, these will do. And like former American gladiator and women's tough women boxing champ, Dallas. She talks about like putting on the hand wrap in one interview, and she said that it's like magical. She's absolutely right. It almost like puts me in a trance when I'm putting it on. You know, it just gets me like focused and ready for the training that I'm about to do. And then there is something special about that. But anyway, you might be going, why boxing? You know, you're a eskrima guy. Well, first of all, Western boxing, this boxing has a lot of like relationship with the martial arts that I do. With Eskrima Filipino martial arts, there's no doubt that there's a strong historical tie with Filipino martial arts. And then also the other styles that I'm into, like Muay Thai kickboxing and Savat and stuff like that, there's a, once again, you know, relationship with boxing, you know, because they do punch. And there's even other styles such as like, you know, judo, karate, and kung fu. Way back when either it was the British soldiers or the U.S. Navy went over to, you know, those countries. Guess what? They fought. You know, the servicemen that trained in boxing fought against the karate guys, the judo guys, and the kung fu guys. They did that, you know, so that's part of history as well. Anyway, I just feel as a martial artist, as a coach, and also someone interested in self-defense, just boxing, there's just too many benefits. I mean, that'll be a whole video in itself, but so I'm not going to list them off, but I feel like there's a tremendous amount of benefits. And if you can't see that, I feel like your brain is skewed. Like you don't want to see objectively, like you got either a problem with it, like maybe you had a bad experience with it, or, you know, you're just super biased and you don't want to admit things. You know, I just, there's a tremendous amount of benefits, like I said, period, you know. So that being said though, I'm never going to be a boxer. You know, I'll never compete, you know, especially not at this age, you know. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm a boxer. I'll never be a boxer. But it is important for me to train as much as possible, as much as I can, as a real boxer. And as I do that, it'll help me appreciate it more. Like if you've done the actual training and you put in the road work, you know, then there's no way that you can't respect it. You know, it takes a tremendous amount of dedication, discipline to do this. And I'm not even talking about being successful in the ring or you know, knocking dudes out or nothing like that. I'm just talking about just doing the training. Just this is most people can't hack it. You know, I'm doing a portion of it, and I'll admit it, and I know that because, you know, I know what the real training is like, but I know that I'm doing the portion. And that alone is super tough, and it requires a tremendous amount of discipline and whatnot, you know. And I still feel like there's a tremendous amount of benefits, even with the very little that I am doing. But once again, it's important for me that even though I know I'm never going to compete, I'm never going to be a boxer, to train as much as possible like an actual boxer and to give it the respect and do actual boxing training. Of course, I'm doing this for martial arts and I'm doing this for self-defense, so there's a whole lot of other material that I want to mix in. And that's fine, but that needs to be done separately. So there's a time where I just need to do pure boxing and don't mix it in, don't just put in the damn work, the road work, you know. So you just like this and just, you know, just put that in there. And as I do that, you know, without thinking about kicks or elbows or headbutts or anything, just this alone, there's so much to learn here. So as I'm doing this right now, like the bag starts to move. And every time it moves, I know this is when I can get hit. So every time it moves forward, that's when I need to, you know, move out of the way. Also, the bag rotates as well. So when it rotates, when the bag rotates, that's a punch. That's a punch. Boom, boom, like that. So you got the sideways movements plus the swinging front and back. So that gives me a three-dimensional thing that I have to now. I'm watching the bag and I have to look. It's not just me, you know, just hitting it as hard as I want and ignoring it. No, now I have to pay attention. So, you know, that was started rotating this way. So my guard needs to come up right here, and I need to move out of the way. I need to angle myself. If not, I'm going to be taking the full blow. So, you know, just that alone, just watching the bag, I feel like it's a tremendous amount of benefit right there. And then also putting in the shots. This is teaching me how to use the frame of my body. I'm noticing there's a connection between the shoulder, left and right, and the knees, left and right. So within that, we have a whole, like a bouncy frame. And then from there, all my shots are launched from here. So if I want that proper shot, I need to put that in, and it needs to come from that framework, you know. And each one of those, like if I throw a right cross, that sets up this shot over here, the hook, the left hook. So, and then when I do move like so, a higher level, something that's above me right now, but my, you know, cognitively, I know this is what I need to be working on later, or when I get better, is as I move in right here, like the bag came forward at this angle, so I used my head movement, came out this way, and I'm at this angle, setting me up for a shot here. But a good boxer would have already, that shot would have been already there as I moved in to a defensive position. I already landed my shot here, and then that sets me up for the shot over here. So, you know, there's no wasted movement there. And I learned from martial arts that the better you get, you're gonna multitask, you know, whereas to the guy, the beginner or the guy who's not trained doesn't multitask. They do one thing at a time, you know, so they're punching one shot at a time, they're moving separately, they're defending separately. It's all done on like how fast they could react to it. It's done one, you know, each thing separately. A good person is going to be able to do those things combined, you know, so they're attacking and going into a good spot at the same time while defending. So all three of those things are, you know, put together. So, you know, it's very, very practical training. And then once again, it helps me, you know, if you time yourself and then you go, you know, you start to realize just how much it taxes your cardio as well. I mean, that was just a couple of seconds, you know, and, you know, compared to just doing it out here in the air, you just see how much harder that is. And so, you know, 1 minute starts to feel desperately long. But these are all realistic things that the art of boxing teaches you. So anyway, just wanted to talk about that in this video. My respects to boxing, and I'll keep doing this as much as I can. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.